Hey all, Chris Bassett here, and I'll be doing a solo guide for Aphelion's Rest Legend Lost Sector. I'll be playing on my Hunter. Let's get into it. Aphelion's Rest is found in the Dreaming City in the lower right hand corner. If you're having trouble finding the legendary version, there's a few prerequisites. You have to be high enough light level, it has to be that day that it's in the rotation, and you have to at least done it once on normal mode. I'll put a link in the description for the rotations of the legendary versions of the Lost Sectors. So we'll start off with a build setup. You like to use Night Stalker with the Mobius Quiver for the super damage. Marksman's Dodge, that way you can dodge reload, and then Vortex Grenade is the most damaging grenade. Stylish Executioner allows you to become invisible and have true sight, and then Vanishing Step allows you to become invisible when you dodge. Echo of Remnants has increased duration for your grenade. Undermining is extra damage, and then Persistence and Obscurity. For the weapon loadout, it's a Stasis Burn this time, which is unusual. So there's a few options of weapons to choose from because we have Overload champions and Unstoppable champions. So check your seasonal artifact to find out your mods. It looks like we have Overload rounds, which are auto rifle, submachine gun, hand cannon, and then pulse rifle. So the Witch Queen weapons have a few stasis weapons. The Crate is a good auto rifle. It's a world drop. There's also the Syncopation 53, which is a stasis pulse rifle. As for our specials, I'll be using Graviton Lance, as it does have Void Shield enemies. The Funnel Web is a good option, and so is Hardlight. The Palmyra B is a stasis rocket launcher. It's craftable. And then for my gear setup, I like Wormhusk Crown for survivability. I have a rocket launcher finder. There is void damage, so you may want to throw on a void resist into your armor. Rocket launcher scavenger, and then I put on Argent Ordnance, so when I pick up orbs of light, my rockets do extra damage. And then I got double utility kickstart for the extra dodge recharge. Alright, so we'll head over to the Lost Sector, and I'll go over a couple other suggestions for weapons. Vulpecula is a stasis hand cannon. There's a quest where you can get it as a guaranteed drop. Survivor's Epitaph is a good kinetic hand cannon. It drops from the Crucible. Gnawing Hunger is a void auto rifle. It's a world drop. It's pretty good too. Bottom Dollar is a top tier void hand cannon. It comes from Gambit. So when I actually got to the Lost Sector and I ran it a few times, I ran into a bug or a glitch, but the weapons that are stasis, it's even a stasis burn, they actually weren't doing extra damage. So I don't know if the Lost Sector is bugged right now, or I don't have the Witch Queen DLC, so I'm not exactly sure, but I did change it up and we've got a different strategy. So if you've never done it before, there's the symbol on the wall, and then you just got to run down inside the tunnel and then do it on normal, and then you'll have access to the legendary. So I did change my weapons around. I'm going to use a scout rifle, the Servant Leader from Gambit. I'm going to keep a funnel web on for the void shields, and then I'm going to put on a void rocket. For my setup, I'm going to remove the mods because the overload's bugged and you don't need to stun them. And then the anti-barrier, you basically just have to burn down as quick as possible. So I'm going to throw on Grenade Kickstart because I don't need those mods. And then everything else was the same. So we're going to do the Lost Sector like this, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you're doing this on a different day in the future, it may not be this way, but I would just stick with the stasis weapons if it is normal. So what you'll do is we'll just come up to this first area. There'll be two groups of thralls. You can kill those however you want. Chuck a grenade in there. They get sucked in and blown up. Second group, they spawn in, and then I think I throw a smoke bomb to stun them, kill them. So the strategy for this part is the overload will actually kind of stay in the back. So just let the thralls come up to you. Oh, I pointed at that orb because what I'm going to try to do is with my scout rifle, I'm going to try to wait and kill all the ads off, and then I'm going to get high energy fire procced before I start shooting the overload in the head from a distance. High energy fire just allows you to do 20% extra damage. So killing off the rest of the ads, pick that up. That way I'm charged with light and I have the damage bonus going, And I'm just going to crouch, and then we're just going to shoot him in the head until he's dead, basically. He's not going to chase us. He's not going to put his shield up, which is weird because that's not how the AI should work. So this is an easy cheese, and then, yeah, just shoot him in the head till he's dead. So yeah, the other unstoppable champion that's in this Lost Sector does the same thing, where he won't replenish the shield, but he will chase you. So we're gonna kind of bait him, or kill all the ads, and then try to get him to follow us back to this room, where we can kind of like play Ring Around the Rosie around this rock, and we'll just kind of train him around the rock and kill him. And like I said, he won't put up the unstoppable barrier, so we don't need to worry about unstoppable rounds. So yeah, if this is bugged and in the future you're watching this guide, this information may not be applicable. And in that case, just do it like normal, where you stun them and rocket them. Pretty simple strategy. So right now I'm just going to gather up the thralls, try to get them into a group, and then throw a grenade. That way my grenade kills a bunch of them. I'm just trying to be efficient. And then the strategy for the hobgoblins, because they do replenish their health, so you need to kill them really quick. So the strategy for the two hobgoblin anti-barriers will be to throw a grenade. That way it weakens them, it does damage over time, and then you'll want to use your super, so you shoot them twice with a tether. Basically one-shot them before they can put the shield back up. And that's how you get rid of those two. The boss is actually probably the easiest enemy in the entire dungeon because he just stands around and you can shoot him in the face. So I got to try to kill these thrall real quick. They keep multiplying, they split. I did get the attention of the Unstoppable, so that's what I want, is I want him to come follow me. So he'll chase us all the way back, and then just head all the way back to that rock, where you can then just run around the rock, and then he'll stop to shoot his shield blast, and so you can just use the rock as cover. And then here I'm just putting damage on him, trying to be efficient with time. You do have 15 minutes to complete the Lost Sector, and that's pretty easy to get it done. So if you do run into trouble like critical health or anything, that's what the dodge invis is for. That way you can dodge out of the way and then recover your health. Another piece of exotic armor that could be viable for a recovery invisibility build is the Graviton Forfeit. It says improved invisibility. The special perk is called Vanishing Shadow. It increases the duration of any invisibility effects. While you're invisible, your melee recharges faster, your weapons reload faster, and your recovery is greatly increased. The only thing that I will say is the recovery, it basically maxes out your recovery. So if you have 1 recovery, when you go invisible, it acts like you have 10. But if you have 10 recovery, like my build does, it doesn't really do any benefit because it just acts like I have 10 recovery. The weapons reload faster perk is basically outlaw. So if you have a weapon with outlaw, it's not actually going to reload any quicker. So for the next champion, it's best to clean up all the thrall, get rid of the ads. You don't need anybody else shooting or clawing you. And then when you get to the hobgoblins, which are up to the right on the cliff, use a void weapon to take out their shields real quick until only the champion is left. And then what you'll do is you'll hit him with a grenade and then super him, and that'll kill him. A void auto rifle might work a little bit better here just because of the extra range, but I really enjoy using the funnel web. It has frenzy on my roll, which does 15% extra damage when you're in extended combat. Yeah, one thing about the thrall is they multiply very quickly, so you got to be real quick on getting the headshots, kill them fast, because they just keep multiplying, which can be good because it drops orbs of power, which you can use to charge your super or benefit high energy fire from. And it also helps with heavy ammo bricks, so you get those rockets back. As you can see, there's purple bricks all over the ground. So yeah, I've got plenty of rockets. If you are running a rocket launcher, I'd definitely take advantage of Rocket Launcher Scavenger this season. It's only 1 point and it goes into your foot armor. Really beneficial because each brick gives you 2 to 3 rockets. So my grenade was charged and I had my super ready to go, so just hit the champion with a grenade, double super, dead. And then for the next area, I jump in between these 2 rocks, and then you got some cover around that rock right there. So you'll clear out all the ads. The thrall want to teleport to you, claw you. They'll come from behind both directions. To the other side of the rock, up on a ledge, there's multiple void shielded hobgoblins, and then the dungeon's final champion, which is an overbarrier. And so, like before, with the overbarrier champions, we'll have to grenade him and then use our super to kill it. What you want to do is kill all the ads up there with the champion, and then you'll get the boss to spawn in. And once the boss spawns in, then you can kill the boss and get the cash code. So really, after you kill the boss, you don't need to kill the final champion. You can just go unlock it and try to get your rewards. You have the best chance at an exotic if you do kill all the champions, though. But not necessary. I think I got an exotic when I only had silver tier rewards, which is like where you kill everything but one champion. So yeah, you get platinum if you kill everything in the dungeon, and that's the best chance you have. So here I'm just killing the rest of the ads and the boss spawns in. And so I'm using my scout rifle, and I'll pick away at his head a little bit. I would retreat so you don't get overrun. You can deal with the boss from this, much further away, and it's easier back here. So with the scout rifle, just going to plug him in the head and then hit him with a couple rockets. And he actually is the easiest enemy in the dungeon. It's funny. So I do need to wait for my super to finish charging before I can go up there and kill that last champion. But we'll finish off the boss with that shot. And then you can see where it says cash code acquired. So really, we can finish up the dungeon, collect the chest, and then cross your fingers to see if you get an exotic armor. But I'm going to wait. So my super's ready to go. My grenade's just about ready. And then I do have to, be cautious because you still can get shot by the hobgoblins with the void. I know it's like 3 bolts of energy, and I think you only take a couple shots before you die. So I'm just making my way, killing the ads. Pick up the orbs. It says charge with light. That only affects weapon damage, though. So chuck a grenade, double tether, and then everything's dead in the dungeon. So I can go ahead and open the chest for the rewards. And I got some boots. Sweet! Hey, check out this other video right here. Check out the links in the description to save money on electronics. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. If this was helpful, hit the like button. Thanks.